JPC Letters. The Averted Seed to a Black Lodge Mystery School in 1935. Hitler speaks. What will the social order of the future be like? Comrade, I will tell you. There will be a class of overlords, after them the rank and file of the party members in hierarchical order, and then the great mass of anonymous followers, servants and workers in perpetuity, and beneath them again all the conquered foreign races, the modern slaves. And over and above all these will reign a new and exalted nobility of whom I cannot speak. But of all these plans the militant members will know nothing. The new man is living amongst us now. He is here. Isn't that enough for you? I will tell you a secret. I have seen the new man. He is intrepid and cruel. I was afraid of him. Adolf Hitler, quoted from Hitler Speaks by Hermann Roskning, 1933. The Black Lodge via Otto von Bismarck, and Adolf Hitler, intended to bring into manifestation the very antithesis, to the 1,000-year reign of the Christ. Their intention, was the manifestation and reign, or realm, of the Dark Lodge of destruction and materialism. The restitution of the ancient lands of the so-called Holy Roman Empire, that expanded land of cosmic evil, for through their expansion of blatant cruelty, and possession of living space, ultimately on a global scale, no disciple or initiate could possibly be able to incarnate to manifest the kingdom of Christ. See also EXT 565-6, for the commencing 1775 hierarchical work of destruction along the first ray hard line, thus purposefully releasing or unfolding the will aspect of humanity. This with the incoming fifth ray brought in the spiritual will bringing both positive and negative effects, resulting, due to the negative and materialistic bias, in the overtly materialistic industrial revolutions, and onset of World War I and II. The dual connotations and results will be apparent. The first ray shamball of force was indeed appropriated by the Black Lodge with the coming into incarnation of Otto von Bismarck, in 1815, only some 40 years after the 1775 first ray cycle. Bismarck was weird old, responsible for the focus of materialism upon the planet. This materialism appeared in its negative pole, as contrasted to the positive use of first-ray force to stimulate the will aspect to divine unfoldment in humanity. Bismarck initiated, and Hitler and Himmler made possible, the founding and implementing of the center of the world, or axis power of the first and central S.S. Black Lodge Mystery School, at Wewelsburg Castle in Paderborn 1934. It was there back in 799 that Charlemagne was made the first ruler of the Holy Roman Empire. The Tibetan states, coming forth correspondingly from the realm of cosmic evil, and responsible for the focus of materialism upon the planet today was Bismarck. Both men came forth within the same 100 years, thus demonstrating the balance in nature and the constant interplay of the pairs of opposites. They are both types of the most powerful avatars which humanity itself has as yet produced. They emerge along the lines of government, of the first ray and in the department of the Manu, and are very sensitive to shamball of force. Such avatars frequently emerge at the founding of a nation. This is true of both Bismarck and Lincoln. EXT 298. A letter to Otto Siegfried Reuter indicates the planting of a seed for an occult, Black Lodge Mystery School. This lodge included the Crypt of the Knights, Der Gruppenführer Saal, Hall of the Anointed Ones, which were the locations for SS initiation into the Black Arts, the Knightly Order of the Schutzstaffel, under the overseership of Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler. In 1934 the castle was acquired by Himmler, as the headquarters of the Society for the Promotion and Care of German Cultural Monuments, and then an academy for the ideological education of SS-Führer, leaders in Ordensburg. also of a sanctum for the knighthood order of the SS. They formed a racial elite formulated upon the ancient Aryan warrior caste, the Kshatriya, as well as the medieval Teutonic knights and knights Templar. Wewelsburg Castle was intended as a Reich School for SS leaders, a college for ideological education. It offered a curriculum of so-called spiritual training and meditation exercises. Most important also, was instruction in Weltanschauung, or worldview or ideology, as per the SS letter of October 1935. This necessarily incorporated themes in an organic whole worldview, covering content and relationships between science, philosophy and religion, politics and economy, nature and culture, traditions and morals, according to Wikipedia. Subjects would fall under the broader and major field of exoteric and esoteric astronomy, and related occult teachings. Again, from Wikipedia. In 1938, Siegfried Taubert was in charge of developing the castle, when Himmler inquired about the cost of installing a planetarium. To round off the subjects taught at the Wewelsburg SS school, a teacher was sought who could draw connections with, and a synthesis between astronomy and history, and the ancient folklore of Germanic ancestors. This should enable an historical and ideological schooling that it may be enhanced and deepened into a cosmic view or cosmos show. The education of SS officers and stormtroopers, in the culture of the ancient glory of the Holy Roman Empire, was foremost in the mind of Adolf Hitler. Himmler and Karl Maria Weyligert were the chief instigators in this, along with Weyligert an occultist, who exerted a certain initial influence upon Himmler, bringing ideas and information of Germanic occultism applicable to the ends of the Third Reich. Himmler was the more senior dark occultist, personifying perverted and materialistic occult forces, connected to the Sixth Reich, yet together they made possible certain manifestations of their plan. The evil notion of racial purification underlines the darkest aspect of human behavior. This was underscored and exploited by the Dark Brothers during World War II. The experimentation and destruction undertaken by the Nazis was the culmination of the separateness, selfishness and barbaric cruelty which had reached an apex upon the shoulders of the human race, in total, and for which we all, as reincarnating human entities, were responsible. JPC. October 6, 2010. Adolf Hitler. My teaching is hard. Weakness has to be knocked out of them. In my Ordensburg a youth will grow up before which the world will shrink back. A violently active, dominating, intrepid, brutal youth, that is what I am after. Youth must be all those things. It must be indifferent to pain. There must be no weakness or tenderness in it. I want to see once more in its eyes the gleam of pride and independence of the beast of prey. In this way I shall eradicate the thousands of years of human domestication. Then I shall have in front of me the pure and noble natural material. With that I can create the new order, mankind born anew. The old beliefs will be brought back to honor again. The whole secret knowledge of nature, of the divine, of the demonic. We will wash off the Christian veneer and bring out a religion peculiar to our race. Adolf Hitler. Here follows a letter extracted from the Internet 2010. Translated with moderate editing. JPC. Titled Himmelskunde, Astronomy. Request of SS Upper YMCA leader Lasch to Otto Siegfried Reuter in Huchting near Bremen to assist Castle Wewelsburg, as teacher of astronomy. Himmelskunde to the Imperial Guide School, SS Place Wewelsburg. Date October 14, 1935. Imperial Guide School, SS. Castle Wewelsburg. Wewelsburg October 14, 1935. Mr. Otto Siegfried Reuter. Dear Mr. Reuter, the Imperial Guide School SS Castle Wewelsburg, whose area of work primarily on Germanic pre- and early history voxtum or folklore. Equipment for Weltanschauung, the study of the origin and nature of ideas and philosophy, political training covers, and intends to maintain the Himmelskunde, astronomy, rounding this learning within the meaning of education to a synthetic cosmic view in the future. We need skilled workers. After we studied your Germanic Himmelskunde with interest and enthusiasm, we have decided that special and rare in the combination of requirements, which we must task as an employee, to ask you, dear Mr. Reuter, your advice and, if possible, to your assistance in this matter. The younger trainee we want must accept the appropriate philosophical and soldier setting, purely technically scientifically trained, but thoroughly freely be, regarding the science as an end in itself. He will be able to organize his field set forth above work program and to draw interconnection, expanded and deepened, the historical and philosophical training by the cosmic view of astronomy or Himmelskunde, to all fields of history, and folklore of our ancestors, and so on. We therefore need a Vernoschurten scientist, or a Fantason, a realist and visionary. For each counsel with which you can help us our search, we are very grateful. Heil Hitler. A. Belash. SS Upper YMCA Leader in Staff. Leader SS.